I was watching this, and Nicolas Cage basically he does one of these silly Vanity Fair things. Vanity Fair sucks, right? But they lean on the actors, obviously, and the artists, where they get them to watch these old movies. And Nicolas Cage, as I seem to understand it now, essentially explains in this. And go watch it if you haven't. It's called Nicolas Cage Rewatches National Treasure and other stuff, right? He basically describes that this whole time he has been writing some of the scripts he's in, like he was in Con Air. He wrote that, and he's in it obviously. And he said he writes things and that are extremely ridiculous on purpose, and then he tries to say them with a straight face. Like he writes the most ridiculous dialogue and he says it straight. And he explains that he does that for a whole bunch of movies in this, where in Con Air, he says, put the doll down or something like that. And he wanted that to be super cheesy. And then, of course, National Treasure, he talks about how they wanted to be ridiculous. And him and the other guy stealing the Declaration of Independence just tried to do everything straight, knowing they sounded hilariously ridiculous. And then, of course, I don't know what other movie he was talking about. He's talking about what the one where he smothers himself in paint. There's so many good ones where he's, losing his mind, and he talks about how he just uh, I'm saying the most ridiculous thing, but you got to say it with a straight face. But one thing he also described was the fact that he got blackout drunk for a role. He said, "I'm going to do an acting experiment because he's playing an alcoholic and just literally get blackout drunk." Watch what he says.
Asked Mike Figgis, who directed him in another picture, did Albert drink while he was working? Albert Finney is a huge inspiration to me. He said, no, but tell Nick I'd taste it and then I'd spit it out. I'd seen several movies with great alcoholic performances. The only one where I really said that guy's really drunk was Albert Finney walking through the streets of Mexico at the beginning of Under the Volcano. So I made a decision that at some point in the movie, I want to see if I can get a real blackout on camera.
That's one of the funniest things I've ever heard. I want to see if I could get a real blackout on camera.
Dangerous, crazy. I would never do it again. I don't act with alcohol or anything. I act dry. And we only had 4 weeks to shoot the movie. If it had gone on for 6 months, it would have been a disaster. But I wanted to take that scene and really get loaded. I was not loaded through the rest of the picture. I mean, I would have a drink here or there just to get a sense of like the Albert Finney, I'd spit it out, get a vibe. Had a drinking coach named Tony Dingman, family friend, at the time a drunk, a poet. We were drinking Sambuca, and he thought that would be a good choice for this scene. So I was drinking the Sambuca, and I went downstairs.
Why is Sambuca a good choice to get blackout drunk on? I don't know. I think whiskey's probably a bad idea. Tequila, probably getting naked. I don't know. It'd be the black licorice taste, though.
And I was like, whatever happens, get it, because this isn't going to happen again.
That's fire! You can't shut me! I am
I had developed a sense of backstory for Ben, which is that he had gone through a divorce, was trying to get custody of his son. And in my own life, I was really trying to get that one day out of the week to see my kid at the time. And it was something that I knew was in the body, and I knew it was in the character for Ben. So when I went downstairs and we shot the scene, that's the result. And you see I'm screaming, I'm his father, I'm his father.
I am his father!
Well, I meant it. And Ben meant it. So these things that happen to people that have drinking problems, it's powerful. You know, I think the good news is I got a lot of great response from folks who were recovered. And some people said, wow, the movie really made me want to drink. Or other people said, well, the movie made me never want to drink again. But thank you, Nick. That was really what that it's like. And I think that was me taking a high-risk experiment in film performance. But I am happy with the results, as sad and hard to watch as it may be.
I think the obvious thing here is we need a full-length feature film of Nicolas Cage blackout drunk. That's the only solution here.
Turn it up, Jordan.